Do you own pre-33 gold? Greetings, Star Wars Stackers. How you doing? I'm the Stacking Stormtrooper. If you're new to the channel, I'm a guy in a bucket talking about precious metals, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, get the bell notification clicked, that way you get updated with any new content. Today I am going to be talking about 5 reasons why you should own pre-1933 gold. Bear in mind, these are just my opinions. After all, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm a guy in a bucket talking about precious metals. So in April of 1933, actually April 15th of 1933, Franklin Roosevelt, he issued an executive order which confiscated and stopped the hoarding of gold coins, bullions, and certificates. And the rationale was that it was stalling economic growth. So because of this executive order, people had to turn in their gold. Not everybody did it, but a large number of people did turn in the 1933 or prior gold coins that they owned. And a lot of that gold was then melted down into bars and was then used to pay off foreign debt. So because of the confiscation of all of these coins, there was only so many that ended up surviving. So you've had a lot of these gold coins that were struck and minted and were either being hoarded as savings or were actually being used in circulation. But then because of this executive order, a lot of that supply was then confiscated and melted down. So what you actually now have today, the gold coins that were pre-1933, are all of the coins that actually survived that recall, that I guess that executive order of turning in all of that gold. So there are 3 reasons why I think you should purchase pre-1933 gold. As you can see, I really don't have a lot of 1933 gold. Everything else I have in terms of my gold holdings is basically bullion grade. But pre-1933 gold coins, the first reason is that there is a fixed and limited supply. So gold coins that are struck or minted today, there is really, the sky's the limit, obviously, other than the amount of gold that the earth actually has in his mind, but there's really no limit to the quantity of these coins being minted by various world governments. So because of the supply of these pre-1933 gold coins and only so many of them being in existence now, there's really only a fixed number of them, right? None of these are being remade unless there's some sort of like reproduction or what have you. So there's only a certain amount of supply. Therefore, these will then start to have a slightly higher premium on them. The second reason second thing I think you should do in terms of pre-1933 gold is purchase the raw pre-33 gold. Don't buy the slabbed coins. The slabbed coins is where you start getting into numismatics. Listen, if you are into stacking, that whole thing with slabbed coins, that's numismatics and collecting. It's a little bit different. But if you're looking just for gold content, my recommendation would be to get the raw coins, kind of like what you see here. I don't know whether or not these are good enough to send in for submission, nor do I care enough to do so. But because you're buying these in raw condition, the price range of these coins will typically fall between the graded coins on the high end, the ones that are slabbed and numismatic, and they would fall between that and the bullion coins, which are basically meant to be purchased mainly for the gold content, right? These aren't really meant for collecting per se. The other reason too that the pre-33 gold is a good idea is because it's 90% gold as opposed to 3/9 fine. You also do get the 4/9 fine gold, like the maple leaf, but these are 90% gold, which I kind of find to be interesting because people, you never hear them call this junk gold. You hear them call constitutional silver junk silver, but you never hear anybody saying junk gold. At least I haven't. But anyhow, I digress. The third reason I think you should purchase these pre-33 gold coins if you are looking to start stacking gold is that it's historic, right? They tell a story. These gold coins, I mean, these have been around for over 100 years. You know, you could get them relatively inexpensive, and I mean, relatively is different from person to person, but because they're 90% gold, you know, even though there's a little bit of a premium on them, again, because of the 90% gold content isn't quite 3/9 fine, you know, it's just a good idea. It's historic, they're beautiful, you know, the gold eagles, it's the same thing over and over again. It's just that these are just beautiful coins, right? And it's just, looking at them is just, especially in person, but they're historic. So, you know, I don't know. I think I'm gonna get more. I don't know yet. I probably will get some more. This is a 1907 St. Gaudens. It's a 1903 Liberty. They're just beautiful, right? The other thing too is when you are stacking, I know a lot of you stack either silver or gold. Some of you do stack both, but I think a lot of people in the stacking community just stack, by and large, one metal or the other. But within your holdings, I believe, you know, if you get silver and gold, I think you should diversify it even more. So I think that getting the pre-33 gold is a good way to kind of diversify within your stack. So those are the reasons why you should own pre-33 gold. And if you have any questions or comments, please definitely comment down below. Let me know. And I don't claim to be an expert. I'm always learning. And if you have any suggestions for any pre-33 gold that I or other people within the community should get, please let us all know. Thank you so much, everybody. That concludes today's video. If you enjoyed this video, check those videos out on the side of my shoulder here. They're awesome. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and long live the Empire.